McCain.
Congressman, you know the former Congressman, Republican of California, Chris Cox, who's the chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission. Listen to what Senator McCain said this week about what Chris Cox and his responsibility in this crisis is all about.
The chairman of the SEC serves at the appointment of the president and, in my view, has betrayed the public trust. If I were president today, I would fire him.
All right, tell us how Chris Cox, and I assume you agree with Senator McCain, betrayed the public's trust.
Well, first of all, the SEC does have jurisdiction over the financial markets, and therefore some accountability ought to go to the SEC. Chris Cox is a smart, competent guy. He's a former colleague of mine. I think he's doing a decent job in a very tough situation. So I do not share the fact that Chris Cox ought to go. I do think that the SEC has been lax. And if you look at what the SEC could have done, including valuing some of these mortgage-backed securities so that there wouldn't have been some of the runs that we've seen over the last 2 weeks, they could have been more proactive and more aggressive. That's the larger point that John McCain
But just to be precise, you disagree with Senator McCain that he should be fired?
You know, I think I agree with Senator McCain's general assertion, which is the SEC has accountability here. They have the ability to regulate the financial markets and the responsibility to do so, and they could have done more and should have done more. It's also easy, I will say, for all of us to look back, 20/20 hindsight. But my point on Chris is simply that I know him to be a competent and smart guy.